I watched them from the corner of the street, her hair glinting in the sun, my children's small hands tangled in hers, and him smiling too wide, the kind of smile that says he owns everything, including her. I didn't move. I didn't call her name. I didn't run. I waited, because I knew. I always know. The moment stretched, heavy with the weight of choices, like a storm cloud ready to break, and in that heaviness I understood one simple truth. She had made her decision. I watched as they disappeared into the car, luxury leather, chrome shining in the afternoon light, and somewhere inside me, a slow, deliberate click of control turned. I let her go, not out of weakness, not out of forgiveness, out of calculation. Her steps, her smile, her laughter with him, they were markers, not victories. I had all the time, and now she was mine to study. It started small, a lingering scent of his cologne in her hair, a pattern in her absence, a text that never needed to be answered. I didn't accuse, I observed. Every moment was a thread, every smile a lie concealed. I traced them, noted them, how she lingered on the phone after bedtime, how she laughed too easily at his jokes, how my children returned home with little glimpses of a world I didn't know they had entered. Shock didn't visit me. Denial didn't touch me. I cataloged. I replayed conversations. Every word she said now carried weight. Every inflection, every hesitation. I became a detective in my own life, walking a tightrope of calm while the floor of my mind burned beneath me. And then the pattern sharpened. Late nights, private dinners, invitations I wasn't included in, a double life wrapped in wealth and charm, a life where I no longer existed. She had chosen him, chose their world, chose leaving the one who had built everything with her. I felt nothing, nothing except the cold clinical clarity that came with knowing the full extent of her betrayal. I moved silently. DNA tests collected from forgotten cups, phone records traced with surgical precision. I didn't confront. I didn't stumble into emotion. I let the truth form itself, piece by piece. At home, I acted normal. I smiled when my children returned. I joked about small things. I poured coffee for her, polite, measured. Every moment outside was performance. Every glance inward was strategy. I watched her slip deeper into the life she'd chosen. Money, status, comfort. But I watched too closely. I noticed cracks, the hesitation when he didn't answer a text, the tremor in her voice when she thought no one listened. I waited for the moment the house of cards would shake. Late nights, I sat alone, reviewing what I had learned. She had made a mistake, or rather, many. The smallest inconsistencies were enough for someone like me. Every breath she took in that new world became evidence. Every touch of his arm, every whispered secret. I stored it all, and all the while I never showed a tremor. It arrived one evening, the test results. Her world, built on lies, on the illusion of love and loyalty, collapsed into sterile numbers on paper. My children's DNA confirmed what I already suspected. She had chosen to betray not only me, but herself. I waited until she returned home from another night out, her laughter careless, her confidence unshaken. I slid the envelope across the table, quietly, calmly. She froze, her eyes flicked to the paper, then back to me. "I don't understand," she whispered. I smiled, not genuinely, but the kind of smile that cuts through pretense. "You do," I said softly. "You always did." And then I watched her crumble. The realization, slow and devastating, etched across her face. I didn't yell. I didn't strike. I simply let her watch. Her choices had consequences. The life she thought she owned was now a cage. Every carefully constructed moment with him had a cost, and now she understood. I revealed nothing else. No lecture, no tears, only evidence, only truth. And then I walked away. Not dramatically, not in anger, but in the way someone leaves a room they've already mastered. She had everything, wealth, status, him, but I had something she could never touch: control, calm, clarity, and the knowledge that I had outlasted her deception. Every step I took was deliberate, every heartbeat measured. I left her to face the life she had chosen, knowing she would never forgive herself. The quiet devastation in her eyes followed me long after I was gone. I don't feel pity. I don't feel sorrow. Only the cold clarity that comes from watching the truth unfold, from letting the world arrange itself according to merit and consequence. She walked out of my life thinking she had power. She walked into her own cage. I watched, I waited, I learned, and I moved forward, because I am the only one who controls my story. And hers? She's trapped in the life she chose.